Well, 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 look what the crack dragged in.
Wow. Little birdie tells me you've got something to read.
I have. And you've got a face like an abandoned shed.
I hate when you say that.
It's the 22nd of January, and I'm bloody glad to be here with you, cheeky. I'm going to tell you something. So let me
One
give
sec, sorry. Reverse mirror. Yeah, check the day. Let's go.
Let's do it. So I'm going to give you a little something from my old pal Seneca to start off with. I will keep constant watch over myself, and most usefully will put each day up for review. For this is what makes us evil, that none of us look back upon our own lives. We reflect upon only that which we are about to do, and yet our plans for the future descend from the past.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
That's a really good one.
Because what do we say? You fall to your habits. But actually, it's that compound theory of all the days are going to make a great year. But really, so many people just run forward. What's next? What's the next day bring? Without focusing on maybe what went wrong, what could I have improved on, what did I learn? Just by having some time to think about the day that's been is so important. So salespeople, let's say they're 9 till 5, okay? And their boss might expect them to be dialing from 9 to 5 with a lunch break, if that's your job role, whatever it is. It's really, really important. And we brought in a new thing where we have that time at the end of the day that you reflect on the day. Okay. And what that looks like is what wins have I got to celebrate from today? What could I have improved on? What do I need help on? What can I do better next time? All of these things. And for us, it's great for them to be reflective and review it, and they share it with us if they've maybe not been as successful in the day. And it gives us all an opportunity to work together to say, okay, these are the blind spots. I know that my email objection when dialing on this client or for this business is struggling. So I'm going to put some work into that.
Yeah. I think just for anyone who's wondering what we mean, that we basically ask our salespeople at the end of the day to write it's a 10-minute email. They've got the questions in front of them. It's like a little bit of journaling at the end of the day. They write the things out and they send it to me, Jack, and Ben, who's our operations director. And then we can spot trends. We can spot if people are unhappy with anything, if people are feeling unsupported, but we can also spot little narratives that are starting to appear. I was really good on this client, but now I'm really struggling. I don't know what's going on. It might be because of this. It might be because and you can see how those stories start to perpetuate. And it's important for us to, as leaders, be able to step in and reframe that narrative if possible. And it just helps us have this really good understanding of each person. I think one of the things that you notice in sales and in life as well is lessons repeat till you learn them, don't they? So what will happen is the same thing might repeat on the same client, and then suddenly when it works well, I've got this daily journal that I give, and you can literally see the way they start. Today was actually quite good because I found that this started working. Because last week you were saying it wasn't working because you hadn't figured it out, but now we've worked together to figure it out. So you've got this nice through line of a narrative that works between. Let's say then instead of that, what if you're in a job role where suddenly you've spotted this downward spiral? So you were doing so well and now, I'm losing all the deals, nothing's happening, nothing's coming forward. What sort of reflection would you encourage people to do there?
I would ask the question, am I losing all the deals? So how much of it is feeling and how much of it is true? How much of it is feeling and how much of it is fact? Can we kind of break those down? Well, actually, yes. Today I got 3 emails saying, I don't want to move ahead. I don't want to move ahead. Right, I've got the evidence. That is true. What's happened? What's happened recently? What might I have done? Typically in the sales process, there's reasons it doesn't, you won't sell, and it's you said something that you shouldn't have said, or you didn't say something that you should have said. So you didn't call something out, you didn't ask the right question, or you went in and you were too salesy. So many people come to us from a sales training point of view and say, this is where this opportunity is. They've just sent me this email. What should I do? Whereas actually, I think sometimes people forget that we work in sales and we've got ideas and we can train people. but we're not magicians. A lot of it is done on reflection. I can't help save a deal that's got to this point and then gone stale. But what we can do is we can hold up the ugly mirror to look at what could we have done better in that situation that will help you moving forward in the future. So it's like bringing those opportunities that you've lost to a war room, and maybe speaking, like maybe having like a weekly or monthly session with a few other salespeople and calling it a war room. This is the situation. This is what happened. This is where I lost them. This is what I think went wrong. And getting other people's perspective so they can look at those days in review and say, it's because of this. You said X. You didn't live up to expectations. You didn't ask this question. And then I can slowly start to learn from it.
Yeah. I think maybe another thing as well is to get back to tracking metrics. So you can actually, you've got this war going on in your brain, haven't you? You've got your emotional brain and your logical brain, but you can, they're often fighting with each other, but you can combat one with the other. So if you feel like, this isn't working, why am I in such a rut again? We'll get back to tracking the follow-up calls that you're booking. How many things are progressing to second meeting? How many meetings are you booking? How many conversations are you doing? And you might find within the metrics, actually, the numbers don't match up. You're missing something that was there in the months that were good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll give you a bit of advice. So I like... I'll give you a bit of advice. Sit down and take this advice. You'll like this one. A little thing that you can do, which I think is really good. So salespeople, obviously, we ask our team to email us. There may be salespeople out there that don't necessarily have those leaders that they can email to, or they're just kind of trudging through. I would urge you to write the questions yourself, like what could I have done wrong? What could I have done better? What went wrong? What could I improve on? All of those different things. Write out the answers to them, and then imagine you're somebody else that you look up to. And that can be anybody. So that could be a sales leader from another company. It could be a family member. It could be Jeff Bezos or Stephen Bartlett. What would they reply? So based on reading that email back, what advice would they give you to go forward with the day? So you look at it as if you were somebody else. So I'm reading this and I'm going, but actually, if I was being really pernickety now on my email, I'd probably say that I contradict myself a lot. Or I'd probably say that a lot of it's based on feelings. So I kind of write that response. And then you're giving yourself advice, but from the mind of what somebody else might say if you don't have that leadership to lean into.
Yeah. There's that, I don't know if you've heard, Gabor Mate's got a thing where he says, who would you be if that was true? And who would you be if it wasn't true?
I like that.
A little bit of self-reflection there.
Yeah. Self-reflection is key. If you want to get better and grow and move forward, you need to know what are your blind spots, what are the things that are holding you back, and the best way to do that is on a daily basis because it will build up. I've been Jack Frimston.
I've been Zach Thompson.
Remember, you will die.
Maybe I didn't love you.